I'm Tim from Clement Knives, and I make knives from waste. There's a lot of waste in the world, and it's our responsibility as humans to clean it up. We caused it. Myself as a maker, I feel like this is the bare minimum I can do to make an honest living. I also find it important that we're using the resources we've already used before to cause the minimal amount of damage to the environment that we live in. I try and run the business as a zero waste business, trying to consume more waste than we produce. It's not perfect, but it's definitely the better way of doing things in terms of living the change that I want to see.
To give a bit of a backstory, on the front of house you have a kind of gallery of materials that react to the waste around us in the world, and some in the restaurant, some out the restaurant. So basically the dining room, the lights, the tabletops, the bar top, the floor, all these materials are made from waste. So that's what I would call new waste. It's just my own term. New spelled N-U, as in conceptually new. And so the idea is a different, fresh perspective on the waste that exists in the world. For the next 100 years, we're going to be cleaning up the waste of industrialism, and there's endless supply of this waste. Waste is a failure of the imagination. When we first spoke, you mentioned just like this plastic floating past you, and thinking, how can I, innovate that floating past my house?
We're using the waste that we've already produced, and we need to put it back in human hands. That's the way I see it, without producing as much waste than we already have. So when I make the knives there, the steel is forged to shape, to minimize the amount of material it takes to make the knife, so that it has as less waste as possible. The handles are obviously waste. This one is shotgun shells, which is, it's just sport where they fire, like in one shoot, they might fire 3,000 or 4,000 shells, and it's something that just doesn't get recycled or has end of life recycling. They get sent into roads and installation and stuff like that, which is just delaying the process. There's no such thing as a sustainable knife. I can't plant iron ore or oil into the ground to counterbalance what the materials I'm using. But the most sustainable knife is the one you already own, because every knife can be sharpened.